What's up, everybody? Welcome to podcast. Now, I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about how I believe Bethesda is one of the most overrated gaming developers in the industry. Now, this may seem like a overreach, an overstep, but I do want to talk about Bethesda. I really have always wanted to talk about Bethesda in this light. I've always kind of wanted to do it for like a Gamescast topic. I've just never done it, but I feel like now is a better time than any with the release of Fallout 76 to talk about Bethesda and how I feel like they are just always given free passes and how I believe they're very much overrated. Now, the free passes thing, that's where I really think Bethesda gets off on. Now, here's the thing. Are they, the worst company in the world? Are they the worst developer in the world? No, they honestly aren't. They've made some great games in the past, okay? I think they are a talented studio that has some really strong talent. Todd Howard is one of my favorite guys in the gaming industry. They have some great people there. But when it comes to their track record, they really aren't as special as I think a lot of people make it out to seem. Now, you can go back to Skyrim and say Skyrim is like the greatest game of all time. It still sells well now. It's come to literally every single console known to man. It's been remastered 1,000 times. It's on Echo or Amazon, whatever. It's on all these devices now where you can just play games with your voice with Skyrim. It's everywhere, okay? But even Skyrim, which I enjoy. Now, Skyrim's a great game, okay? It's one of the better, RPG games of our lifetime. However, let's not forget how the game actually ran. The game was a disaster upon its release. The game was literally broken. The game didn't even work on PlayStation. I don't think they actually knew how to develop a game for the PlayStation 3 because, constantly there would be glitches, not just glitches and bugs, but there'd be crashes. And that's a reoccurring thing with Bethesda. All of those games, Elder Scrolls 5, Skyrim, Fallout 76, Fallout 4, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, all of these games literally are sometimes completely broken. They are completely broken, and it's because it's Bethesda, and I don't even know what makes them so special. They have that kind of ability to have people write those things off and say, well, that's just a Bethesda game. In what world is it okay for a game to come out and be broken upon its release, which, Skyrim definitely was, Fallout 4 100% was, Fallout 76 definitely is. In what world is it okay for a game to come out broken, and even months and years after its release, you still see bugs and glitches and all these things, and you kind of laugh it off and say, well, that's just because it's Bethesda. Why is that okay? And I feel like us as gamers have become complacent with that for the most part. And we kind of have favored Bethesda, especially like media. I really feel like media has given them, they've just allowed this to happen as well because, it comes out and it's broken. They say, well, it's a Bethesda game. And it's like we all have come to expect that Bethesda games just generally only work half the time. And in what world is that okay? If a AAA game, Assassin's Creed comes out, there's been many Assassin's Creeds that have come out and have been broken upon release, such as Unity. Assassin's Creed Unity is one of the most notoriously broken games upon its release, and people destroyed Ubisoft. People were ready to burn that studio down. Why? What's so different? Bethesda games are just like that, probably worse than that, and people don't say a thing about Bethesda. It's because it's Ubisoft. And so, these developers, these publishers get their names out there, and people kind of just judge them for that. People have this stigmatism for Ubisoft. People have this stigmatism about Bethesda, and they let that just control what they feel about the games. And I really do feel like Bethesda is one of them. Truly, Bethesda, I think, is completely overrated. I really have always thought that. It's not just Fallout. It's not just Elder Scrolls. I get that. They've made other games. They made Evil Within 1 and 2. I actually am a big fan of Evil Within. They've made Wolfenstein, and that's a great game series too. Now, Wolfenstein for me, in terms of the public, a lot of people love Wolfenstein. I've seen Wolfenstein. I've watched people play through Wolfenstein 1 and 2. I mean, it is good. For me, I don't really like the games where you just go into a room, shoot everybody, and go into the next room. Doom is a little bit like that, but I think Doom makes it a bit more fun to do that. So, for me personally, I do like Evil Within 1 and 2. I would give them that franchise. But Wolfenstein, is just not for me, but I understand that's popular. Is Bethesda, again, and I'm not saying Bethesda's the worst studio. They've made great games. Fallout New Vegas is a fantastic game. I love New Vegas. I love Fallout 3. I like Skyrim a lot. I didn't really jump into it as much as I should have, but I really enjoyed it. I know people adore that game. It got Game of the Year. It's probably one of the best games ever created. I do believe that. I believe, and I support support people that would say that. Evil Within, I think, is a fantastic idea for a game, but overall, there's so many misses there also with basically all Fallout games. Fallout games have really just gone downhill. I want to talk about that in the next video, how I just believe Fallout's going, down the drain here. The Fallout games recently, the last two, have been pure dumpster fires. They really have. Fallout 4, I thought, was a disaster, and I think Fallout 76 is even worse. I think Fallout 76 is a disaster as well. So I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know what's going on with the Fallout franchise. But even the games again that were good, Skyrim, New Vegas, those games, Fallout 3, those games are still super buggy and really just messes of a game. It just so happens that the games also have a lot of positivity about them, and people can look through them. The thing that I think Fallout 4 and 76 don't have is that factor where you can kind of look by all the things wrong with it to see the greatness in it, like you could a New Vegas. Personally, for me, I know people could say that for Fallout 3 or Skyrim, but we don't have that here. But even those games were still broken, and it really is are they overrated? I personally believe so. Do they get free passes? That's the thing I think is a major problem, and has always bugged me about Bethesda, that the games can come out, be absolute disasters of a game, not work, not function. Studios like Ubisoft, so many different kinds of games have come out in the past before and have been broken upon release, and then they get absolutely destroyed because of it. And it's mainly probably because if they just changed their studio name to Bethesda, they'd be fine. No one would say a word. And that, I think, is what upsets me the most about Bethesda, is they get write-offs and free passes for all the things wrong in their games, when if it was another studio, the gaming industry would not tolerate it. And yet, because it's Bethesda, the industry, I think, firstly, then the media, and then the fans of games, they all kind of take Bethesda's side, because I guess they're this entity that's above making games that actually work. And that's what's always upset me, and that's what I've always believed. And Fallout 4 and Fallout 76 have just added on to that belief, and I think I'm right. You guys can disagree, and let me know in the comments below if you do agree or disagree. Do you think Bethesda is an overrated studio? Let me know. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Podcast Now. We got more Fallout 76 videos coming in the coming days. I hope to see you guys there.